It has been 4 years without seeing my grandmother and hearing her lovely voice every morning saying, "It's time to wake up. The birds are already singing and you have to wake up." That moment was like my grandmother was creating a little poem for me. Now I am learning to wake up by myself, but sometimes my phone wakes me up. How do you wake up? My grandmother has been an influential person in my life because she taught me so many things when I was little. My grandmother is an amazing person in my life. I grew up with her when I was 6 years old. I really enjoyed the time living with my grandmother. She took care of me all the time. I remember my grandmother doing my braids to get ready for school. I admire my grandmother for being an early bird. My grandmother did not have an alarm to wake up in the morning like some of us. We use our phone to wake up in the morning. If we don't set an alarm, we can fall asleep and we can be late for anything. Sometimes when I open my eyes and my grandmother was not there, and I get up quickly to find my grandmother. Sometimes I find my grandmother in the kitchen doing coffee or washing her face. But most of the times my grandmother wakes me up and we get up together. My grandmother is a hardworking person. She helped my grandfather because my grandfather used to cultivate avocados and fruits like strawberries, peaches, apples, and plums. When my grandmother helped my grandfather, I always went with my grandmother to pick up strawberries and apples around the apple trees. It was the best time of my life because I could smell the freshness of the apples and the strawberries. My grandmother is my advisor and where I can tell everything. My grandmother took care for me for 12 years and she was the only person where I can tell anything. My grandmother did not get tired of advising me every moment. She told me to follow my dream and achieve my goals in the future. One thing she always reminded me was that when she's not with me, I have to wake up by myself. If you have your grandmother with you or far, you can call her and tell her how much you admire your grandmother. To sum up, waking up by myself has been a little hard, but sometimes I ask myself, how did my grandmother wake up without an alarm? Who else uses their phone as an alarm to wake up? Thank you.